This video is going to serve as a walkthrough regarding the why behind our current structure. We start the year off with 2 classes of first week stuff. Please remember that while it looks like 4 classes, we see the students every other day, so it is actually only 2 classes. We need that cushion for our classroom procedures and any district or building initiatives that we need to go over. These days would also include getting to know you activities. We follow that up with our diagnostics test. It is important that we administer that early so that we get a truly accurate reflection of how the students grow based off of the material we are about to cover throughout the year. We then map out our rotation as detailed in a previous video. We go through a rotation for a few reasons, but the biggest one is to maintain student engagement. The focus and mini lesson gives us the opportunity for the students to enjoy a unique focus, which will be detailed in Module 5. This also allows the students to experience a little bit of direct instruction. Yes, there still is a place for that within education. And following the direct instruction, the students typically get to practice the skill we just covered. The skill is often a small baby step or a foundational skill that builds towards on-grade level material, even if that foundational skill itself is rooted from a previous grade level. A little more on the focus before we move on. The focus will not tie in with the mini lesson. The mini lesson will progress with a slow developing theme to approach a grade level skill. The focus will also have a theme to it, but it will be of a basic concept and will be presented in chunks. The basic concept will be little pieces of basic information that students may have missed conceptually throughout their previous years of math education. This will make more sense as we dive into the focus in future videos. However, and to not leave you hanging, an example theme might be if 0.189 appears on your calculator after doing a math problem, we would ask the students, how much money would that be? The Khan Academy material is delivered in sets. Each set typically comprises of 3 to 7 sets of correlated topics. Within each set has 4 or 7 problems. These 4 or 7 problems are determined by the Khan Academy staff as to how many are needed to develop mastery within that topic. The Khan Academy material that we will handpick will tie into our mini lesson themes. The students will be given 3 class periods to accomplish all of the sets. They have video tutorials that are built into Khan Academy website. They have their peers to touch base with. And of course they have us, the math lab teachers, to help them tackle the problems in front of them. The catch is that they must get a 100% on each 4 or 7 question topic in order to be considered finished for that particular topic. If they don't, they must repeat the topic. This is why their avenues for help are so important. The math lab teacher is supposed to be the last line of defense. In other words, we want them to exhaust all avenues of help before they call us over. One reason is that once this individualized concept starts moving, the math lab teacher will be bouncing around the room helping those that are already on to you, their third resource. It also promotes a student-centered form of independence. The peer aspect of this is a unique way to sneakily get more out of your students. While you're helping other students, you'll get a sense as to who got a good grasp on the concept. This gives you the power to pick one student to go over and try to teach the other student how to get through the problem at hand. The student that becomes the teacher will then get an even deeper understanding of the concept they just went through as they attempt to teach it. This peer aspect needs to be molded. You have to help and encourage the students to actually teach and not just give the answer to the other student in need. This is a little bit of a hill to climb, but does work and is a huge help in their mathematical development once it starts to become successful. The last thing to say is that you are also not leaving them on an island. In other words, you will let the students know if the student assigned to provide some quick help teaching them is not able to relay the concept well enough for them to understand, they can still call you over afterwards. Another thing to talk about in this video would be our assessment procedure or setup. Related arts or elective periods are often set up to be shorter than their academic blocks. And, as we discussed earlier, we will see them every other day. This puts a strain on getting through enough material in a timely manner to be able to get to the district required number of quizzes per marking period. Coupled with the stress behind our students to have to be quizzed on more math material in addition to their regular math classes, caused this unique way of getting enough quizzes in during the marking period. So we take the whole period to accomplish 2 quizzes. First, they are given a short paper quiz or an Ed Puzzle quiz. Typically it's Ed Puzzle, if you have a license or can get a license. Ed Puzzle quizzes allow you, the teacher, to take an existing video and put in forced pause points where the students need to answer questions in order for the video to continue to play. This is perfect for our math lab because we can put in Khan Academy videos directly from the material we assigned and place basic multiple choice questions within the video. Typically I place 5 within because that's a good number in terms of time constraints. Once they've completed the Ed Puzzle quiz, they then take the second quiz. The second quiz consists of them creating a video tutorial and demonstrating their knowledge, picking any topic that they want. The only stipulation is the topic must be from something they experienced in our class. In other words, it can be from the focus, mini lessons, Khan Academy, or the critical thinking activity. The goal is to hold them to a high standard since they can pick any topic they want, which includes the strong possibility of them picking a choice with minimal rigor. As a math lab teacher, we are more concerned with building their confidence and getting them to be detail-oriented within their explanation rather than grasping the hardest recent concept. It's all about baby steps. All right, moving on. The fact and fluency building games are also all about building confidence. These games are typically delivered in a rote style and help them build a little bit of speed and automaticity in a fun and competitive atmosphere. Again, we will dive into the details of the what behind these games and all the concepts we have talked about in future videos. This video is designed just so you understand the thought process behind the conceptual delivery process of our newly created Math Lab course. As mentioned in an earlier video, the hands-on activities are a great way to ramp up student engagement. Okay, so we're at a good stopping point for this video since we touched on a lot of the philosophy behind creating our Math Lab course. So we're going to stop it here.